Yeah, we are trying in more ways than one. All right. If you would like to keep the 85-degree heat off of our unacclimated selves, donate here. Yes, it's 85 degrees. I'm not.
Last week, wind chill -7.
Yeah. If you like coffee, talk to King Harvest Imperial Coffees. They have some really great, including the Blanket Fort and Raconteur Press. So if you like coffee, talk to these guys.
And geisha.
And
this month, I think, and check me on this before you order, but I think this month, if you buy 3 pounds, you get a ½ pound of geisha free.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Let them know you heard about it from us. If you like Smartass t-shirts and would like a Smartass t-shirt, tinyurl.com among the leaves tees, run by a friend of ours. Most of you have probably met him. Let them know you heard about it from us.
And on that note, welcome to the second Monday of the week.
No kidding.
Yeah. Sadly, we did lose one of the true great female performers yesterday, Roberta Flack.
Miss Flack. God bless her.
88 years old. Accomplished pianist. She did rhythm and blues, jazz, pop, gospel.
If she could sing it, she sang it.
Yeah.
And she had pipes, so she could sing it.
She had pipes.
Yeah. So may she rest in peace.
May her memory be a blessing.
Yeah. And the other thing is, she did that without any
auto-tune
or any of that shit. That was pure her.
That was all her.
Unlike half of the friggin' ones out there today.
No kidding.
Yeah. 3/4? 80%? Okay.
Most of the bubblegum pop young ladies is so full of auto-tune, my deaf ass can hear it.
Yeah. That's why a lot of the concerts these days, you catch them lip syncing in the concert, because if they actually tried to sing,
sound like somebody skinning a cat.
Sound like me. And I cannot carry a tune in a bucket.
Somebody beating a bagpipe full of cats to death.
Yeah.
Could be worse. I lip sync off key.
Apparently Johnny gets paid not to sing.
Yeah. She has much better technique in other fields.
I live with Rita. I get the auto-tune rant at least once a week.
Yeah.
I was told I was tone deaf when I was a teenager. And then when I was an adult, I had someone look at me funny and go, "You're not tone deaf." So for years, I didn't sing because I thought I was tone deaf.
I don't know. I'm deaf.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit deaf. And the tinnitus right now is kicking my butt. That was AJ Decker's in the peanut gallery.
Did you really have to raise Milli Vanilli?
Milli Vanilli.
I've been trying to forget that shit group for years.
Right. I have multiple rants today.
Huh?
I have multiple rants today.
How hard would it be to get Tim Harvest to release Ian's rant blend?
It would have to be blacker than the Earl of Hell's waistcoat. One, yes, I've seen the monkey sharpening knife video. I have thoughts. Somebody had to teach that monkey how to do that. Why? Just why? Jim had to remind me of the video of the guy handing a loaded AK-47 to a monkey.
Yeah.
That one really it tears at me because on one hand, monkey. On the other hand, he shot terrorists.
Yeah.
It's a monkey. Yeah. Don't teach monkeys to sharpen knives. Kill a little bastard before you teach anybody else. Because they will load you on a cattle car and smile every time they do it.
Yeah.
Viral ad for Planet of the Apes. So thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, Alan, at least you have options. You can play music, which is not a bad way to go. Because playing an instrument, you can work around errors there.
You call it jazz.
Yeah. Well, Preservation Hall band back in the 70s was Sweet Emma's. It's called Sweet Emma's Band. And they were all old black ladies and gentlemen in their 70s, in the 70s. Not a one of them could read music. But oh my God, could they play it? And they played jazz. And one unforgettable night down in the quarter, not during Mardi Gras, thank God for small favors. We were sitting in there Saturday night, about 10 o'clock, enjoying our beers or other assorted drinks. And this guy comes walking in, big fat guy with a beard, walks in with a trumpet case. Everybody's going, he looks familiar. Al Hurt.
Oh, wow.
And about 15 minutes later, Boots Randolph showed up.
Were they having were they having a jam session?
That's what it ended up.
Of course.
And of course, the late ones of the party was Buddy Rich.
Because of course he was.
2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. They
Course
were
he
still
was.
going strong.
Oh, hell yeah.
And people were refusing to leave.
I wouldn't.
And there were people crowding around the windows looking in because nobody had ever seen something like that.
Yeah, I can believe it.
You know, and they were handing off between everybody. Just absolutely amazing. The sad part was nobody was smart enough to record that.
Oh,
Well, it was in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, nobody had recorders back then.
that's the thing of it is there's a lot of stuff over the ages that
Yeah.
should have been recorded.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Yeah, a lot of stuff should have been recorded.
And some things were that nobody knew about for years and years.
Yeah.
One apparently at Sun Records with Elvis, Johnny Cash, and two other huge country names, and I can't remember who they were.
Just going at it
Just going at it, just playing off each other.
like you do.
Yeah. Hey, Ted, glad y'all made it back in one piece.
Hey, Ted. I am going to be cheerful today because I'd like to remind everybody that Vladimir Putin got stupid on my birthday. So waking up just as hearing Nacho yelling on the way is followed by the thump of a toe leaving the launcher. Not a good way, not a good dream to have just for waking up on the 24th of February.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be cheerful-ish. I have just seen the covers for Vice Noir and Sword and Sorcery. Oh my God. Blades and Black Magic, which is our Sword and Sorcery. Holy gods, folks. Whoo! These are some smoking covers.
You're going to have to step up your writing game to even get in those.
Well,
If you're going to match the level of the covers.
the Vice Noir is I'm looking for something particular, something set aside from the other noir because we've got the high class muscle. We've been running the ladies of noir, the kitty cats of noir, and we've got the men of noir. And I wanted something a little different for this one, so I'm really. This one's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be fun. The cover is smoking. It really is. It's a holy crap. It's a good cover.
Differs, you please tell me you didn't give them the cookies and the water pestle at the same time.
Here's a Jolt Cola to wash down your pixie stick. Now go home.
You only do that to other people's kids.
You're right. Just as a warning, if you want me to is Wayne on here?
Not yet.
If you want me to babysit your kids and you're an hour late, Uncle Ian will go get the pixie sticks and the Jolt Cola. Atwood still sells Jolt Cola, by the way.
Yeah, and they still sell pixie sticks.
Oh,
too.
Don't forget the toy that makes noise but doesn't need batteries.
yeah.
Yes.
Where in this Weird West dude? Well, let's look at our magic elf box and find out.
Wow, we can just look at our Substack and our open
It's
content.
Tiffany. She's kind of
Oh, okay. She can't necessarily
For,
get there.
for Tiffany, we will.
yeah. For Tiffany, I'll do this.
Yes.
Let's see here.
April the 6th, supposedly.
Has somebody already? I've been afraid to look at the list. Don't fear not. Fear not. It's all good. All right. Weird West.
Atwood's, Michael read. Atwood sells Jolt Cola
It does.
and Pixie Sticks and a number of other interesting things.
All right. Weird West, right?
Yes.
Rawhide Revenants. It opens. It's open and it closes the
April
6th of
6th.
April. Pub 16th of May.
You have some time.
Yeah.
They adjusted her pulse oximeter and she can type.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay. She got, have them put it on your ear. That's what they had to do for me. I kept, not the third time back I was in ICU. I kept waking up swinging. So they finally had to tape to my earlobe.
That made it interesting rolling over.
Oh, well, I wasn't in any shape to roll over. Rolling over, but that's one of those times. The reason I was in ICU gave me some just minor nightmares, and I woke up.
Yeah.
The amount of money that I've donated I've paid local hospitals, I probably should have a ICU suite named after me.
Yeah.
The Ian McMurtry suite. Here is their king.
Yeah. It's the one with all the dings and dents in the walls and
Woo.
broken equipment.
And the bed that's contoured just right for my butt. Got the butt divots.
Oh, those hospital beds.
No kidding. The other thing, ICU where they got the inflatable one.
Yeah.
I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but damn.
So the inflatable beds are because there are people that cannot move and that have to lay in a bed constantly. So the inflation moves the pressure points on your body.
I know why they're doing.
I mean,
But at
I
3
can't
o'clock in the
imagine.
morning when you're trying to sleep, that sucks.
I understand.
I'm the same guy that got yelled at by five successive nurses because I refused to use the jug in the bed because I'm an adult male. I will pee standing up. Thank you very much.
Even when you can't stand up.
I could
So
mostly.
I don't know if I can say this or not, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Uh-oh.
Nothing to do with that. It had to
Uh-oh.
do with why I went quiet there for a couple of minutes during
Okay.
the live stream. So the first novel serial sections will be available for pre-order probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes open, people.
If you're wanting to pre-order John Van Stry's serialized novel from us, it opens up tomorrow.
Just
Not
the serial.
Just the serials. Just the serials, guys.
Airplane.
You get to read the serials first, and they'll have their own illustrations. And then later on, you can buy the full novel, which will have additional material from John and different illustrations.
Dr. Pepper, period. End of statement. Don't need any of that fancy shit. You want that fancy crap, go get a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi.
I like
Kenton
Dr.
says-
Pepper with strawberries.
Kenton says, "Get him the marketing links, and he'll spread it.
Okay.
Spread that raconteur gospel."
We will be sharing links far and wide once we have them.
Yep, I can't. If I'm laying in a bed, I cannot whittle the bed. So I was getting up, and that time, looking back, I probably was kind of dumb, but
That spice rum and anything is good, Tom.
You know, I think that's what told me how sick Sanford was when he wasn't agitating to get up and go pee.
Yeah.
And because I mean, I think every male I have ever known, if he couldn't get up and go pee on his own, he was in a world of hurt.
After I've had your birch beer up there, it's not bad, but it's not Dr. Pepper.
It's totally different. Birch
Yeah.
beer and Dr. Pepper are night and day.
Yep.
What's really good, and there's a place up in New Hampshire, Woodstock Inn, and they brew their own root beer. And that stuff is good. I don't like root beer, but their homebrewed root beer, not alcoholic, it's a soda.
Yeah.
is that stuff is complex and earthy and has some interesting spicy notes
Yeah.
and it was amazing, and you could get it in like these gallon jars.
Yeah.
I miss that. I don't miss a lot about New Hampshire, but I miss that.
I miss the old A&W root beer stands.
Yeah,
They actually still have them in Japan, of all places.
really.
The unless it's changed, the Love's truck stop, it's probably changed, but Love's truck stop west of Amarillo has an A&W in the or did at one time had an A&W inside.
Yeah, that was when we were in high school. That was the run to and from, one on Arkansas side, and one on Texas side. Make the loop between them.
The A&W stores had some fantastic burgers. They really did.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Fantastic burgers.
I always remember the steak burger. That was the one that was a step above, and I think it was 79 cents.
Oh, nose.
The regular hamburger was 59. And if you got the basket, I think it was 99. It was less than $1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a large root beer, a hamburger, and fries.
Apparently, Jesse says plasma pulp isn't what the cover is not what he's expecting, but it nails the era and genre really well.
That's what my job is.
That's what the cover's supposed to do there, Scooter.
I lean hard into pulp for the covers, but I will, and that one is pure pulp. That one's pure golden age science fiction for me.
Dagamore, in the late 60s, we didn't have Burger Kings. We had A&W, and we had another one that was called Charbroiler, but it only had a drive-through and inside dining. There was no place to. It was a regular party.
Oh, inside dining! Wow.
Yeah.
Last time I was at A&W, ordered burger, fries, root beer, and got food poisoning.
Yeah,
It happens.
Yeah.
It's if you eat food, sooner or later you're gonna get food poisoning.
Especially from the Air Force flight kitchens. Yes.
I do believe I've gotten sicker from mess hall, what Rita calls deli belly.
Yeah.
I've gotten sicker from mess halls than I have eating something on a stick from a roadside vendor.
Yeah. Jay Kenton says, I'm doing the pee-pee dance, waiting to see the art from I've never cared for Barks. Sean, I've had it. I never thought it was that good. Of course, I'm a Southern boy, so we didn't see that much of it down there.
Ooh, norovirus at Ruth Chris. Wow.
Most expensive vomit ever. Yep.
Oof, yes. Yeah, my son wanted to take me for a nice meal while he was here on leave and we were down at the con. So he took me across the street from the hotel to Saltgrass.
Yeah.
And his ribeye was raw at the bone. And can't even remember what kind of steak it was. I got steak and shrimp. I'd ordered rare and it came blue.
Huh.
It wasn't even warm enough to melt the butter they put on top
That's
of it.
unusual.
Saltgrass is usually better than that.
Yeah.
There were a couple of technical issues with this meal.
Sounds like it.
But yeah. And I mean, we were there at an odd time just because of con schedule and when we could get away. But still, it wasn't that busy.
Saltgrass, if I've got to eat out, Rita has ideas on where she wants to eat. And if we are not local, you've got McBride's, and you've got that place in Henrietta.
Well, plus you got Pelican, but that's $1.
Honestly, the Pelican's not any better than McBride's for paying double the price. It ain't better than McBride's.
Yeah.
There's a little steakhouse in Henrietta. Can't remember the name of it.
I don't know. I haven't spent much time in Henrietta.
I'm not sure if they're still open.
I know Sanford and I have been slowly exploring eateries. We're going to head up to Lawton this coming Friday.
Oh, good choice.
But I think he's hankering for Korean food. So.
Bull Malarkey's.
Oh yeah.
Bull Malarkey's in Henrietta and McBride's here in Wichita are where Rita wants to eat
Yeah.
steak. If we go out, it's Saltgrass.
Yeah.
Saltgrass.
I tend to try and look for like mom and pop shops
Yeah.
and
We do too, but
places that are
not for steaks.
no steaks are hard. I went to Sweetie Pie Ribeyes in Decatur for the first time on the way down to the con, but I had a
What'd you
burger.
think?
It was good.
Burger at Sweet Guys?
It was lunchtime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or, well, maybe it was dinner time, but I didn't want to do that and then still drive for another hour and a half.
Sweetie Pie's Ribeyes down in
Yeah.
Decatur. It's on the courthouse square.
That's good.
They do a chicken fried ribeye.
Well, the burger was really, really good, and the waitress was a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely need to go back with, drag Sanford down there.
The ribeye is holy gods. They do a steak and rice, and it's steak chunks about like that on
Uh-huh.
a bed of rice.
Yeah. That's what I had. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we both had it.
Yeah. Yes, A&W screwed up when they went with Long John Silver's. That was a sad mistake.
Rita introduced me to Papados. She likes Papados for traveling seafood. Although there's a French woman in Houston that my little sweetheart found somehow that had a Brussels, a Belgian mussel, and French fry, which I thought was an odd combination, but apparently is a Belgian thing.
Yeah.
It's got this steel pot, and it's got boiled mussels and French fries.
Yeah.
And surprisingly good. I was impressed.
I used to do. I don't do them anymore because Sanford really isn't keen on seafood. But I love to take mussels and some white wine and some salsa, and it was generally my homemade salsa.
Oh,
You throw all that in a pot and you use the wine and salsa to steam and season the mussels. And once they all pop open, pour them out in a plate and eat that. And sop up the juices with some nice fresh bread. So
the one thing I never understood about
ages.
the Belgians is mayonnaise with French fries.
Rita loves mayonnaise with French fries. She will not have ketchup with French fries unless she's stealing mine. Then if she's stealing my French fries, she'll have the ketchup.
I'm laughing because this last grocery run involved getting a bottle of ketchup for the first time since my son moved out over a year ago.
I will eat ketchup in my fries, but I usually pepper the hell out of it, or ranch dressing, which really sets Rita up.
That's another one I don't get. Why?
I love ranch dressing in my fries.
Why everything has to have ranch dressing?
Not everything, just my fries.
Well, 90% of the stuff that we get that's appetizers, they serve it with ranch dressing. Why?
We used to tease my daughters that they drank it because I would buy the biggest bottle and I would have to buy one again before too long because they put a ranch dressing on everything.
I mean, I'm a Louisiana boy. If you want me to dip something, give me some Remoulade sauce.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm
French
with you.
or ranch dressing?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I will do ranch dressing once in a while on a salad, but it's not my go-to.
Yeah.
And my daughters would also order a chocolate milkshake and French fries and dip the fries in milkshake.
That was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I was like,
we had some inmate workers do a project for us that was a little out of the ordinary, and I generally paid off the trustees with food.
Yeah.
And I thought they would order pizza because that's generally what they ordered. They didn't. They wanted Wendy's, the Wendy's version,
Frosties.
and large fries. I sat there dipping the fries in the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but also this was New England where you couldn't order a milkshake because what you got was basically chocolate milk. You had to order a frap.
Yeah.
I 20 years of living in New England, and I never got used to that.
Yeah.
I finally got one of the local Whataburgers on Southwest Parkway broken to the point that they go ahead and bring me the. I don't like Whataburger fries are not great. Their burgers are good. Fries are
Yeah, they're average.
they're average. The ketchup doesn't thrill me, so I get pecani sauce, and they have a really good pecani sauce. I finally broke the
Yeah.
local one to go ahead and just throw the pecani sauce in the bag.
Did I show you the onion rings my son had?
Good God,
Those aren't onion rings.
those are
they're
donuts.
onion donuts.
Yeah. No
Bloody
kidding.
hell!
Here, might as well show the chat what we're talking about. He went back to base and sent me this picture of wherever he went there in Connecticut that had onion donuts.
Indeed,
Those
I
are
think they're
massive.
frosted.
Yeah.
I think they're frosted.
Well, the other
No.
thing that's weird about New England is
Everything.
well, yeah, but shakes are not the shakes that we're used to in the South.
No,
Really,
if you want a shake, you
Yeah.
have to order a frap.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
spelled Frappe,
Frappe,
but
yeah.
it's pronounced frap.
isn't that? What do you get if you order a shake?
Chocolate milk, or just like milk with flavor stirred into it.
Yeah. And you get
Weirdos.
yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, that was one of the strangest things, because I mean, I was a military brat, but most of the time that I can remember was Alaska and Oregon, where
Yeah.
my mom's family was, and Dad was stationed in Oregon right before he got out of the
Yeah.
military. So Western styles and language things and everything are not the same as New England.
Oh God, no.
So that was a huge shift for me as a teenager, getting moved to New England. Thinking about that the other day, because our best friend from Alaska found me, and so we've been talking, and we haven't seen each other in 30 odd years. But he was like a brother, right? The three of us were, I mean, we did
Yeah.
everything together. We were remote Alaska. We were the only three kids.
Yeah.
Much the same in Africa.
Right. So catching up with him brought back a lot of memories of growing up in Alaska, and then that huge transition to New England. And I was not a happy camper, because New England is really distinct.
Yeah.
And yes, weird, AJ, because you spent enough time up there.
Well, I know that
He's
New
making
York.
hand gestures.
I know that New York isn't New England,
Yeah.
but my TDY to Fort Drum.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody that grew up in Africa, the Middle East, my TDY to Fort Drum, New York, was probably the weirdest location I've ever been. Those people are strange.
So
Michael, that's
where
the
is
other
Fort
thing.
Drum?
In New York
Watertown.
and
Up on the
New
Canadian border.
England, if you order a shake, you get it with malt in it, even though it's not a shake. Which
That's
there is a
that,
difference between shakes and malts.
malted. Yeah, you can order a malted here if
Yeah.
you want that.
Yeah. Upstate New York is its own thing, but it's probably closer to where I was in New Hampshire,
Yeah.
or some of the time that I've spent in Maine. Rural Maine is its own thing.
Oh God, yes.
And because like Boston and Connecticut, Massachusetts, all that is its own little enclave of strange.
Yeah.
But then when you get up to where I was in New Hampshire, up into the middle of Maine, northern New York, it's like Canada light.
Seriously, I was homesick. I went into the what I was told was a genuine Mexican joint in Watertown, New York, and I didn't want to start a fight. But when they brought out the chips and salsa, and they had taken, this was, remember when Frito Scoops first came out? I had a paper bowl of Frito Scoops.
Yeah.
And a squirt of Heinz ketchup with a layer of black pepper on it. And I said, "What do you think?" It's like, I'm terrified as to what my tacos will look like.
Yeah.
So
I was right to be terrified.
in Laconia, New Hampshire, right in the old train station, there is an actual Mexican restaurant. Mama runs the kitchen, and Papa runs the rest of the house, or did. I mean, this has been a while since I've eaten there. Mama spoke almost no English.
Yeah.
And my late husband was from San Diego and knew Mexican food. And
He knew California.
He knew
Mexican food.
California Mexican
Yeah.
food, but this was close enough to the real thing because he'd been down into
Yeah.
California or into Mexico as well. So he said it was the real thing. It was not my first experience with it
Yeah.
because in Tok, Alaska, there was a lady who spent her winters in Mexico, where she was from, and her summers in Alaska running a Mexican restaurant. So it was my first experience. So you can find Mexican restaurants in the strangest places,
Oh, yeah.
but
Oh yeah. And quite honest,
Cajun restaurant outside of Fairbanks, Alaska,
yeah,
called Rembrandt's. It was run by a Cajun wife whose husband was up on the pipeline.
oof, that had to have been a rough transition for her.
Well, they would go home during the
Oh,
winter.
good, good, good.
So it was literally closed for 6 months.
Yeah, same with the Mexican
Yeah.
restaurant in Tok. I mean,
poor Kelly Grayson. For those of you who don't know, Kelly moved to New York, upstate New York, a little while ago. And apparently there was a Cajun restaurant, and he was feeling homesick and went to the Cajun restaurant.
Yeah,
And
we're still hearing about that.
we're still hearing about that. And quite honestly, as a Texan, and I am a Texan, my default, his default too, for that matter, is if we're traveling somewhere, so where we eat, it's like Tennessee or Kentucky, or where's the Mexican joint?
Only west of the Mississippi. East of the Mississippi, we look for something else.
So Johan was funny when he was here on leave. We ate out a lot, and especially when we were down at the con. And I asked him if he wanted to get Mexican. He's like, "No, we got a pretty good Mexican place right off base there." So
Oh wow!
I'm not surprised. Military bases tend to have their little corona of really good ethnic
There's
restaurants.
gonna be a Korean bar.
Unless you're here.
Yep. Korean bar, Korean restaurant, at
Because
least one Greek place, one German place.
there is a Korean place outside of Fort Sill in Lawton.
Yeah.
Yes, there's actually 3 in Lawton. We've tried all 3. One of them is actually pretty good.
One of them's pretty.
We have very high standards. There were 2 excellent Korean places right Patterson.
Yeah.
So we're spoiled.
Oh, Dagamore says, last time I went to a Cajun restaurant, one person in the group complained everything there was too spicy, including the water. You don't, if it's too spicy, you don't drink the water, you drink milk.
Yeah, the water just moves the capsaicin around.
Actually, I did learn after somebody sent us the General's hot sauce, the first run. And it came with a green jalapeno sauce, a red Cajun sauce, and the orange shock and awe.
Yeah.
So we got trying it. And the green sauce is a decent little jalapeno sauce. And the red sauce was a really good Cajun or Louisiana sauce.
Yeah.
And then we tried the shock and awe, which was made with
The devil's ass over that.
bingo. Got it in one. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh,
And we quit. The only thing to drink was V8, and actually the V8 killed the fire pretty quick.
yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Damn that stuff. Never again.
Woo!
And it doesn't have to be milk. I mean, milk helps too, but V8 or even soda will help because the acidity will cut down some of the oils.
Oh, God. Yeah. Sorry, Kate. What was the name of that damn place?
What?
Peruvian chicken joint inside the Pentagon. I know which one you're talking about. I've eaten there. Good chicken.
We had a Peruvian place in outskirts of Cincinnati. It was near Jungle Gems, Fairfield.
Got one in Wichita too.
I haven't tried the one in Wichita.
No,
I'll have to
Hefe's-
try that because
no,
the
Hefe's
one
is
in Fairfield was good.
Yes.
We only ate there once though. It was an odd location.
I'm not sure how good El Jefe's is, but it's the Peruvian joint. So,
Yeah, I tell you. Roach coaches. Yes. The flashing open sign and the line in front of the window. And the raunchier looking it is, the longer the line.
Oh, the taco truck that's right down the road here.
oh,
I think I may know what I'm doing for dinner.
we have a down business 287, also called Old Iowa Park Highway and Old Electra Road. There's a taco place, at what used to be Moe's.
Yeah.
Everybody calls it Moe's, but it's not Moe's anymore because Muhammad got killed.
It's Jose's.
Was it Jose's?
It's
The-
Jose's because I've never known it as Moe's, so it's Jose's.
Well, no, the convenience store was Moe's.
Yeah.
There's a taco truck there.
Yeah.
And
the sign says Jose. So
okay, that's probably Jose's.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, one, it's cash only.
Yeah.
Order. Do not touch the plastic bag until Abuelita hands it to you. Otherwise, you will get hit with a chocolate.
and the mild sauce is not mild by any definition except for theirs.
Well, depending on your pain tolerance, yes, it is mild.
Well, it is their mildest sauce, but it is not what I would label mild.
Well, if you-
Tiffany's got a bronchoscopy tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to being unconscious for 3 hours.
Yeah.
The
No, Dagamore, the best fried chicken was what my grandma made and my mother made. Both grandmas. I miss truly good fried chicken.
The best fried chicken I ever had was this tiny hole in the wall restaurant down in New Orleans.
oh,
yeah.
I'll believe it. I believe it.
I managed to make one trip there after Katrina wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a chicken joint, but Jim and I can't go there.
Yeah.
There's a chicken joint called the Chicken Box that has what I'm assured is Wichita Falls' best fried chicken. I walked in, saw at least 4 people I had previously arrested, turned around and walked out.
Yeah, we won't be going back. Not for a long time.
No. Happy late birthday. Thank you. Had a decent birthday.
Yeah, Wally, my baseline used to be that if I'm not sweating, it's not hot enough. But I got smarter as the years went on.
Oh, Tom is not kidding. He brought us
Yes.
when we visited. He brought us fried chicken from. Oh my God, he is not kidding about good fried chicken.
Yeah.
Oh,
Neighborhood, however,
yeah. If
you
you want,
order it through bulletproof glass.
you want good fried chicken, you go where the fried chicken is.
Yeah.
No, but it was somehow related to KFC, but better.
Yeah.
He'll probably explain it, but oh my God, it was good. Jonna had it, Rita had it. It was Claudia Sanders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
Mac and cheese and the mac and cheese had green beans and had mashed potatoes, gravy.
The bulletproof glass stuff is better. Well, it's the we took Tom and his family to Chewy's, Cafe Gutierrez.
Yeah.
They're getting all sorts of hoity-toity. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I don't know who spilled the beans, but you go in there now, you hardly see any Mexican faces. It's all Anglos.
When we were
That's
first
funny.
going there, it was all working class Mexicans.
Yep.
That's kind of sad, actually.
When I left for the Navy, that was the advice from my dad was if you're looking for good ethnic food, look for the restaurant where almost everyone in there eating
Is
is
that?
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
No, your dad.
yeah.
Your dad was correct, sir. No kidding.
Yeah, I've gone into more than a few sketchy looking black restaurants in Louisiana. Never gotten a bad meal and never had a problem.
Well,
Mainly because the little old ladies running it.
would beat wholesale ass. It's like
Yeah.
the waitresses at Chewy's. For those of you who don't know, Chewy's
Oh,
is in the
yes.
DMZ.
Yeah.
East of it is the ghetto. West of it is the barrio, and it's on the street that divides, and
Yeah.
never the twain shall meet.
Which is MLK, as it always is in
Yeah.
every city.
And the waitresses, the first time we went there, Jim and I were figuring out what brand of switchblades the waitresses were carrying by reading the monograms through their painted on jeans.
Yeah.
Good food.
Yeah.
Of course,
Good looking little waitresses too, but
seeing
damn. They were handling the hot Mexican plates without gloves, without towels, anything else.
Balanced on those acrylic nails that were about that long.
I was going to say, I've got pretty good kitchen hands and I can handle hot plates
Well,
and
they
stuff.
could
but
too.
Watching Chewy get hit by a flying tortilla when he sassed his grandma in the kitchen was the best part.
Oh yeah.
They make these huge tortillas, and they're so good. They make them every day.
Yeah.
And Chewy, listen, if Chewy's not in the pen, he's usually there, and he's got, I think, either both his grandmas or one of his grandmas, one of his wife's grandmothers. I forget.
Yeah.
There's two little old ladies in the back, and they will smack you with a tortilla if you run your mouth.
Yeah.
They did. He sassed, and he was being serious sassing. There was coming out through the window, and he said something back, and this tortilla smack. Couldn't find the chocolate. Okay.
And whatever you do, do not start eating the salsa until you have
Oh
a
my
drink
God.
in your hand.
The only place in Wichita that had hotter salsa than Chewy's, and was Cioletta Linda's.
Yeah.
And Cioletta Linda, there's it's green. It's a jalapeno sauce green.
Something, yeah.
But at the bottom is a layer that deep of this orange sludge.
Yeah.
And if you're smart, you will not disturb the demon dung at the bottom. If, however, you stir it up, it will set your butt on fire. And I mean that literally.
Extinguishers everywhere.
But no, Chewy's got a 35-gallon barrel.
Yeah.
Old barrel.
42 gallons.
40 is it 42?
Yeah.
And he will pack it full of jalapenos, cover it with water, and then set it to boil while he decides what else he's going to put in there.
Yeah.
Never go to eatery Wichita without a native guide. Okay.
Yeah, we'll take care of you. Yeah, like drinking the sludge at the bottom of Turkish coffee.
Woo!
That will wire you for sound. However, you will not pay for that the next morning.
I love Turkish coffee. I have discovered that I really like Cuban coffee.
So
Which
I
we
just
have not had in
recently,
over a year.
I know. Well, okay. Two things. One, the mocha pot that I had that was for the stovetop, the handle broke.
Oh,
And just recently I discovered that I could buy an electric mocha pot, kind of like an electric tea kettle, only a mocha pot. So that should be arriving. And once I tinker with it a little bit, I think you'll probably have some Cuban coffee.
I was wired for sound. It was great. I could think.
Because I like it too, and I like Turkish coffee. I have an e-brick, but I don't think an e-brick is going to work on my glass top stove.
Probably not.
I might be able to do it out in the grill.
Dagamore says Cuban coffee when you're drug tested and too poor for cocaine. Yeah.
So the Cuban coffee recipe that I have is from MCA Hogarth, and it's on my blog.
Yeah.
And it involves cream and cinnamon, and it is utterly decadent.
Yes, it is.
So good.
I was licking the bottom out of the mug when she gave it to me.
Tom says, was taking a VMS course at Fort Bragg, had a Turkish coffee at lunch, and chewed the sludge. Lost the ability to type, but was almost able to work the computer telephonically.
Oh, Matt Hambright. He was my partner at the sheriff's office for many years. He found in Wichita Falls a Vietnamese place, a Vietnamese sandwich shop. Apparently, there's a specific sandwich.
Banh mi.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know exactly what he means because I like banh mi.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was off an alley. You got there by going down an alley, which, if you knew Matt, that would not surprise you.
Yeah.
And he worked his way through the menu. And when he got to the end of it, he walked in one day, and
Padre wants that recipe.
it's on our blog. He walked in one day and had gone through the menu, like Matt did, pointed at the back and said, "I want what they're eating." And they said, "Oh, so sir, you do not want that." And Matt said, "I asked for what they're eating." So they brought it out to him, and he cleaned the bowl. and he was honorary Vietnamese from there on out.
Yeah.
So here in Wichita Falls, T&K Kitchen, which is right near where
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks is, has banh mi.
Does it?
Very good Vietnamese food. They
Okay.
have char siu, which I was very pleased to see because Sanford likes it. And while I can make it, it's not an easy process to do so, and I'd
Yeah.
rather go buy it that somebody else has made. So, but yeah, banh mi, the Vietnamese sandwiches, they're French. They're a French Vietnamese fusion.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
Vietnam was French for
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah.
So it's like
French
a
Indochina.
Yeah.
it's a baguette, and then whatever they're
Oh.
putting into it,
Yeah.
and it's crispy and it's so good.
I've never had a banh. I've never had a.
No, we definitely have to take you and introduce you.
I need to ask Matt where that alley was, and I'll jock up and we'll go down the alley because
'cause
apparently it was really good Vietnamese food.
I know of 2 Vietnamese places. There's one over by the Goodwill, and it's Vietnamese part-time and Chinese the rest of the time.
Rita and I went there for the first time.
Yeah. Taste
Their
of China.
fried rice was different.
Yes, that was Sanford's complaint about it too, and I think it's because they're Vietnamese part-time and Chinese part-time. Their sushi is on point, and
yes.
the other stuff I've had from them has been really good. So,
Okay.
but yeah,
Whatever Rita got was really good. A good Russian tea house.
I
you know-
have not seen a Russian tea house in a really long time.
As much as I loathe the scum-sucking Siberian snow pimps, they knew their way around tea.
Yep.
They really did. Dude. I've got an electric samovar somewhere in storage, and I love my electric samovar.
We have 2 samovars that were a gift from RK, and unfortunately we are uncertain about the content of lead in them, so they're really pretty, but we're not going to use them.
They're most definitely decorative.
They're most definitely decorative. Well, one of them's got a little bit of a tilt. I think it got dropped. But
That goes with the rest of us.
John, I didn't know there was a good Thai place in San Antonio. I'll
Really?
get that the next time we're down there.
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah, the last time I was in San Antonio, I ate on the Riverwalk and had the worst food poisoning.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oof, won't eat on the Riverwalk again.
River walk, especially at Christmas,
Yeah.
is great to go down,
Uh-huh,
and then
sure,
you
it's
go
pretty.
somewhere else.
else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I was with my child. We were doing the Alamo, and we did the Riverwalk as part
Yeah.
of the experience, and ate at the oldest restaurant on the Riverwalk, and I do not recommend.
Everything was old there.
Yeah, I love Thai food. I've spent enough time in Thailand.
Yeah,
over the
Thai,
years.
We-
a good Thai is hard, and the stuff here in town is not good Thai.
No, it's not.
It's Thai Texas fusion.
Not even that. I mean,
Oh,
the one place up in Amarillo is decent.
hmm
that's
The Indian place that we ate
Yeah.
at in Amarillo was good.
Yeah, it was good. The best Thai that I've had in the States was actually down in Houston, down in Ship Channel.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
And I took a friend of mine, we went down, we were down for the gun show. This was years ago. Took him down there, and I'm looking through the menu, and I made the mistake of asking for something that wasn't on the menu.
uh-oh.
And it was like pounce. How you know that? I've spent a lot of time over there. So they start bringing out food. And it was a satay to start with,
Mm-hmm.
and then a beef salad,
Mm-hmm.
and then it got into curries and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did get a chance to tell Bill not to eat the little red peppers in the beef salad.
Do not eat the devil's turds.
Yeah.
Leave them alone.
He did.
Little Thai peppers are fierce for their size.
He and Bill did not like hot food. He turned red as a beet, looked like somebody dumped water over his head, turned white, and started coughing. And we literally thought we were going to have to take him to the hospital. And I mean, even the owner came out of the back going, "Is he going to live?" I don't know.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
So he finally, got to where he could finish his meal. He couldn't talk for the rest of the day. So I go back on vacation about 6 months, 8 months later, and meet up with he and his wife, and where we're going to go for dinner. He said, "Oh, we're going to the Chinese place." And I kind of looked at him and I go, "Bill, you don't eat Chinese." He says, "Well, yeah, I do." And his wife looked at me and she says, "Because of you, you asshole." Now it's everything hot. Chinese. He never went to Mexican. Now I can't get him out of a Mexican restaurant. Sorry.
I'm not a big curry fan. I like Japanese curry and I like Cedar's green Thai curry. Excellent. But as far as Indian curry, I can take or leave it.
Curry.
It's
I made green curry and I took it to Fool's Con, and had I realized that Oye was going to be there, I might have chickened out. But she liked it. Oye's
Yeah.
Thai, so the fact that she liked it, she said
There
I
you
did a
go.
very
Yeah.
good job with it, and I was like, yay!
Yeah.
Well, because Thai was the second cuisine that I learned how to cook. The 1st was Mexican, and the second was Thai. And the first Thai restaurant I ever went to, I had no idea what I was ordering. So they brought me the food and I'm eating it and the tears are streaming down my face because it was far spicier than my comfort
Yeah.
level. But it was so good. I couldn't stop eating it. So then I learned how to make it
Yeah.
and also to temper the spice level to something that wasn't going to make me hurt.
I'll eat Thai any day of the week.
I'm not a Pacific Rim. That's not where I
Yeah.
grew up, not where I operated. But there was a Coco Ichibanya somewhere. I was off somewhere. I forget where the hell I was, but there was a Coco Ichibanya. I would go in there and I would get there was something I always ordered, and you have to specify when you order the heat level between 0 and 10.
Yep.
I always ordered a 2. And about the second month I was going there, the little girl who taking my order heard 10.
Yeah. Lit your ass up from
No
both ends.
kidding. The Japanese know their spice. Holy gods. I mean, it was good, but damn.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Tom,
like,
Tom says white boy number 2. I go for white boy mild as my default.
yeah. Thais almost always will have a 1, 2, or 3 chili queuing on the menu options. 1 is normally what most white people get. 2 is if you're going to be stupid brave.
No.
And a 3 is they start dialing for the ambulance.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But if you stay with a 1 or a white boy mild or a white boy number 2, most Thai places you'll be okay.
Oh yeah. Rita introduced me to Thai food and Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
I've discovered that I friggin' love pho.
Mhm.
I mean, I friggin' love pho, which I never had before I met Rita. I never had pad Thai before I met Rita because
Yeah.
it wasn't a
It's-
cuisine. I never operated in that area.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting cooking for all of y'all because, because I enjoy
Molly.
exploring different cuisines and finding the commonalities
Yeah.
Globally, and there are an
lot
interesting
more.
amount of things in common as you travel around the world.
Yeah.
But you're very Middle Eastern, and
Or Cajun.
you're very Pacific Rim. Peter is an odd mixture of British and African, and there's some definite German tastes in there.
Yeah.
Sanford likes German food because he spent so long there.
Yeah.
Haven't figured out AJ yet. Working on it. Well, and that's the thing, which is food is fine.
Yeah.
I just like to find people's happy buttons and push them with food because that makes me happy. So,
Indian?
Yeah.
Indian.
Yeah. Yeah.
You and Rita, the Indian. I say I'm not Indian. The Indian doesn't flip up my skirt.
My ex-wife was from India.
Ah,
Sure.
yes.
Her mother would make these fantastic meals from scratch every night,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and they were delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they also had the habit from growing up in an area where you couldn't count on electricity at any point in time.
Yeah.
The leftovers were put away the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
So I have trouble eating my own leftovers.
Wow. No, it's the thing about Indian food is it's just close enough to Northwest African food, but not quite.
Yeah.
It's like Rita will throw naan at me, the Indian naan bread.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Turkish or Lebanese bread. No, baby, it's not.
Okay, it's not
It's
because
not.
there's actually some critical key ingredients that are different in
Yeah.
it, and that will have quite an impact on the flavor. It's like Sanford doesn't do Indian food. There is something in the spice mixture with
Mm.
Indian food that he does not care for. We've recently discovered that he has an intolerance to fennel.
Oh,
And then talking
That
to his
would do
brother
it.
about
Yeah,
it,
that
he
would
has
do
the
it.
same issue. So fennel is a big ingredient in things like certain sausages.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And a lot of Indian food uses a lot of fennel or
Yeah.
fennel adjacent spices. So they're little thing. Well, okay, if it's Indian food, it's not a little amount of spice.
Yeah. Especially if it's in London.
Mm. I won't,
Why the Indians in London think they have to have the hottest Indian food in the world?
Because
I do not
same
understand.
reason the Texans think they have the hottest chili in the world. I won't eat Indian unless Rita wants it, and then I'll happily eat Indian with Rita. But that's just because Rita's there, not because I like Indian food.
Yeah.
Just not my bowl of fish.
Yes, differs. Another good one. Fennel and cilantro are nasty. Yes.
Cilantro tastes like Dawn dishwashing soap.
Yep.
I don't
Except
care.
Not nearly as delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fennel and anise and several other seeds, which are all in the carrot family, actually, have that same licoricey flavor.
I don't mind that.
And some people don't mind it. Some people love it. My husband can't stand it. Anything vaguely licorice,
Yeah.
and he's making the hex sign at it. So it's really interesting to me when I'm cooking to find these little things because those can make a big difference in a dish.
Rita loves cilantro, and I wish I could taste what Rita's describing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because right.
Yeah.
Because according to her, cilantro makes everything better and brighter.
No.
I like cilantro.
In comparison,
You will note that I don't actually cook with cilantro, or if I have cilantro, it's on the side of a dish. Like
Thank
pho.
you.
It's like pho. If you
Yeah.
order pho, they're going to bring you a plate on the side that's mounded full of cilantro and jalapenos and lime and whatever that particular restaurant specializes in. So you can
Jalapenos are
choose
mine.
that. My jalapenos can go to you. But you can choose to add as much or as little of any of that as
Yeah.
you like, and that's a good way to do it.
The peppers. Our favorite Vietnamese place, the favorite pho house, grows its own jalapenos.
Yep.
And they forgot to water them this season.
They are good. Oh,
They
they're
forgot
good.
to water them this
It
season.
was so dry last year. It's so dry. I mean, I was out in the garden a little bit,
Yeah.
taking pictures of flowers and weeding today, and it is so dry. It's powder dry. I am gonna have to start watering already.
Um,
But my peppers are babies right now, so they're still inside.
what Makeda is referring to is called long pepper, and I
Yeah.
actually have a bag of long pepper coming in. The
Uh,
little,
those little green son of a bitches.
they're not bad.
Yeah.
They're
It's not.
When you're not
Long-
expecting them.
it's not chili. It's not.
Long
It's not
pepper
chili.
isn't chili, and it isn't related to peppercorn, which is a whole other thing that is also not a chili. They just called everything pepper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The long peppers looks a bit like a green corn on the cob, ish.
Tiny.
Green bean.
Yeah, with green beans, about that long. Looks like it's knobbed.
Yeah.
And it's a really decent. It was the premier pepper until a reliable source for Telecherry black peppers was found. The long pepper, it's a little more difficult to grind. It's got an entirely different flavor.
Yeah, it's like white pepper. Has a different flavor,
Mhm.
very commonly used in Chinese food.
Mhm.
But again, they just called everything pepper.
Yeah, they did.
Well, and that's kind of like trying to make chili Colorado or beef Colorado, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
carne asada.
Mm-hmm.
All that is basically
Chunks of meat in a sauce.
chunks of meat in
Red
a
sauce.
pepper sauce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
red sauce.
But how you make that and what goes into it,
Well, it depends on which chilies you're putting in
Yeah.
there. Those are, I mean, your choice of chilies for dried chilies, ancho or guajillo tends to be where I go because they're reliably milder.
Yeah.
And the guajillo in particular has that sweet raisiny note to it that I really like.
Well, ancho and guajillo are two of the main ones in Chile, Colorado.
Yes. And then there's, I mean, but it's like when I go to the Mexican market, they have this whole bank.
No beans, Dagamore.
Look, beans go in if unexpected company shows up. That's all I'm saying.
If you've cooked for 6 and 14 show up, there's going to be beans in your chili. We just don't admit it.
Then it becomes chili soup.
It becomes chili soup.
But if you go to the Mexican market, there's a whole bank of different chilies, and I don't know what a lot of them are. I really should go in and buy a few and just keep trying.
Well, what I do,
but Chipotle, you all know Chipotle is a dried jalapeno, right? You know,
there's dried smoked jalapeno.
Well, there's actually 2 different varieties of Chipotles.
Yeah,
there's Chipotle Seca and Chipotle something else. Anyway, there's 2 different varieties. If you get the wrong one, you get a weird taste.
Yeah,
that you were not expecting. The Chipotle Seca, not my favorite Chipotle. The other one's the other one's more commonly found. The Chipotle Seca is it's one of those things that Grandma makes.
Yeah.
It may be because Chipotle is a smoked. So it might be a different different wood that's used for the smoking. Because if it's like mesquite, that has a strong, sharp flavor that it adds to what you smoke with it.
Yeah.
I
don't actually smoke with mesquite all that often because it's got a lot of personality that it's adding.
Yeah.
I like fruit woods best for my smoke.
Yeah. I like to use post oak.
That's been new. That's a new thing for me coming down here. I'm used to fruit woods.
Chipotle Morita is the Chipotle everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Chipotle Seca is a weird flavor. That is a weird flavor, and it's furry. It's furry. That's
no. I'm curious, but no. The wood smoke, the wood that you choose for the smoke, has a huge effect on the flavor of whatever you're smoking. And up in New England, Dad and I had an apple orchard that we maintained, so we always had apple tree prunings to smoke with. That's interesting. It is very odd looking.
Well, it's odder tasting. If you're expecting a standard Chipotle, you bite into one of these.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just not what you expected. It's like biting into a pickle and discovering a zucchini.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me.
That what I did though, I cheated when I went down to get my stuff for Chile, Colorado, because I went to La Mica and I'm back there at the peppers, and I got my anchos and guajillos, and this little Hispanic lady comes up. She goes, "What you looking for?" And I said, "I'm doing Chile, Colorado." "Oh, you need one of these, one of these, one of these."
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, that works.
She was moving so damn fast, I never got a look at what she was giving me.
We are careful when we smoke stuff because Jana is allergic to tree nuts.
Yeah.
So we don't smoke with pecan.
We do not smoke.
Well,
the expression on her face.
We don't smoke with pecan when she's here.
Yeah.
The expression on Jana's face when the owner of the Raptor J gently explained that all they use is oak.
Yeah.
And they never use pecan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the clouds opened up and a heavenly choir beamed down upon Jana.
Yeah. And we've wasted another hour of your time, folks.
And today was the cooking and food.
Yeah.
Yes. We easily go off onto that particular
but it also kept it cheerful because
Jesse never understood smoking peppers. They soak through the papers and I can't keep them wet.
First you start with a dried pepper.
Shred your dried pepper. Probably should start with Chipotle Seca.
Yeah.
They're furry.
Yeah.
Can you imagine smoking dried chili peppers? Ow.
Yeah.
No.
Inhaling that sounds like it would be painful.
Oh,
no.
That would give you a different burn.
I'm
that's
certified.
For sure.
I'm certified on 5 different pepper
I
sprays,
can
and
see
no,
handing a cigarette like that to somebody I don't like.
Yes.
I'm certified on 5 different pepper sprays, and no.
Yeah.
And on that note, folks, remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Y'all be safe.
We'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye. Lung burn, yeah.
No kidding.